Y'all ready to record?
What's up, everybody? It's me for the 11th episode. 11th because I fucking remembered it this time, everybody. And yes, just like always, I am baffled that I'm still here doing this. And this is this week's episode of the broadcast, and I decided for the 11th episode, why don't we go back to where it all started, considering I now have a studio that's like relatively legit. And so I decided to bring the first guest of this show finally into my studio. And yeah, welcome back, Josh. What's up, Josh?
What's up, man? Yeah, bringing it back. Remember 10 episodes ago when you were there, and dude, now it's coming full circle.
Now, the crazy thing about that is I said 10 episodes. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And then I started thinking, all right, 10 episodes plus I've taken 2 weeks off. So technically, I'm 4 months into this, or 3 months into this.
It goes quick.
It goes really quick.
It starts to go quick, man. You're like, oh, shit, this is flying. Yeah, like with anything, the hardest part is just starting. Just like getting it. But once you got the momentum and you have everything set up, it's not even why stop. It's like, yeah, unless you get like overwhelmed or tuckered out, you know?
Yeah, which is not often, more than...
Not for me. For some people, it's becoming...
an issue.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
And for people that don't remember, Josh is a part of his own podcast, Stuck in the Middle. Mm-hmm. It's political, but they've been branching out like crazy lately.
Yeah. And then even on that show itself, we try not to be. I never tried to be all politics with the show.
Yeah.
It was literally like, so like if you listen to the show, it's kind of got like, Eli would call it structured, so to speak, but it's kind of got, at least I hope, and maybe some people don't like it, but it has like a more like live show feel to it, kind of with like how topics interflow and how people like interact and, soundboards and stuff like that. And I don't know. I like it like that. I forgot what point I was trying to make. I bidened out.
The funniest part is I remember recording the TFP episode. In fact, I went back because it's still on YouTube to the Fear the Reaper challenge.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what we were trying to do, I think we were just trying to
That was the same thing, man. That felt like a show, especially on that day. Like that felt like there
was
doing
bits,
a show.
there was
Exactly.
things.
Yeah. And I really like I like doing stuff like that.
Well, I mean, that episode specifically, like I think there was a lot of good things, but there was a lot of like, oh my God, we're trying to do too much.
For sure, yeah. You don't want to shoehorn in
how
too
many
much.
people did we have in that room? We had like 9 people in that room.
Yeah. But some people were just watching too. I think, right?
Yeah. Because we had,
and then we had
Sparky
somebody filming.
Yeah, we had Sparky in there filming. We had some people. They didn't know they were going to be participating, but wound up eating the pepper.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, don't fear the Reaper was the California Reaper pepper, and we all. Wait, was it the
Carolina Reaper?
Carolina Reaper, yeah, Carolina Reaper. And we all drew straws to see who was going to eat this bad boy. I still drew a long straw and still decided, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Brock, I don't think you got to do it.
I didn't do it.
But we did make up for it not too long ago, did we not?
Eating the same exact pepper from the same exact company on Stuck.
Full bite. Oh, that's where we were going. Okay, so Stuck in the Middle... It had the vibe. I had another show before Stuck called Mornings at Night.
Yep.
And Mornings at Night is literally what you think. It's a morning show at nighttime. And
I think that's where it switched. Everything shifted really political because you guys started butting heads over that shit.
That's where I like, it was almost like this, well, oh yeah, fuck you. If I can't talk politics, I'm going to do this over here. Mm-hmm. And I was balancing 2 shows during the week, and that just became overwhelming. And there was some resentment on Mornings at Night. And Stuck in the Middle kind of had the same structure, same vibe, same feel, because it's still me doing both things.
Yeah.
And, so that vibe kind of carries over to this. So I never tried to only be about politics. It's just some of the main topics were kind of like
political.
Yeah, that we really wanted to talk about. That, like, you know, you told me I couldn't talk about for so long. Now we're gonna.
I'm gonna lean so heavy on it. Yeah, exactly.
So, but like as you were saying, now we're trying to, like, not just on the show, but just branch out on the whole as Stuck in the Middle.
Well, I think I was talking to you when you were here. When you were here last, or when you were on the show last, we were talking about what are you going to do after the election's over, because you guys at the time were only politics.
Right.
And you were like, I'm trying to figure it out right now. And, you know, you do have would you consider it a sideshow? I don't know.
I just feel the need to say, even from episode 1, I don't think there was an episode that was all politics.
No. Because even like in the middle, you'd throw really funny things, and at the end, it was all funny.
Right, exactly.
You know, it always started off harsh.
I get really. You see how defensive I get?
You're like, oh, hold on, asshole.
Listen, man, it's not all politics, okay? I know it is
now. But now you have it's almost like a sub show, like Stuck in the Middle of Enter Topic here.
Yeah, exactly. That one is a little more the idea for Stuck in the Middle of the idea with that one is that, just as you're saying, it's more focused onto one topic. Like, a lot of people would agree that it's kind of hard to promote. You know, as you were saying, like, these shows are kind of in the moment when we go live for Stuck in the Middle. Yeah. You know, it's kind of hard to listen to it.
Listen back on it a year from now.
Yeah, because it's like, it's more like unless we're like, there's a certain bit we were doing in there or something like that.
That was just funny.
Yeah, there's really no need to. Whereas Stuck in the Middle of, you know, the next one we're going to do is religion. Yeah. That one can just live on for, you know, however.
That's an actual topic.
Yeah,
that's,
you know,
forever being debated.
It can get dislikes forever. You know what I mean? People can shit on it forever because it's so bad.
Like, you know, one thing I was upset that I wasn't there for, and it was on me, was was it Cyberpunk? The Stuck in the Middle of Cyberpunk
debate. Yeah. That was like the first one.
Yeah,
that was kind of like.
It's weird because I've kind of come around on that subject, because yes, right now CD Projekt Red is getting fucked pretty hard. Countries like Denmark and stuff like that are suing CD Projekt Red.
You want to explain to people who don't know?
Yeah. So CD Projekt Red is a video game development company, and they started hyping a game 7 years ago, almost 8. Called Cyberpunk, and they dropped just like the idea, like, hey, this game's coming when it's done. It was a lot more people hype. Like, people were hyping it up, but like the initial video was like coming like when it's ready, when it's done, you know, when it's finished. So it's like and I remember seeing that in like 2012 or 2013, being like, oh fuck, you know, like never, and then it just kind of faded away in your memory. Yeah, and then in the last 4 years, they were like, initiate the hype engine, and
you know, like they fucking did Spaceballs. They went ludicrous speed.
Exactly. No, they went plaid.
Yeah, they went plaid. Yeah, they went plaid. Yeah,
and I think that really came to bite them in the ass, because they released on PC. It had bugs, but it was still very playable.
It just because, I mean, depending on what PC you had, like I would probably say like half of the systems out there, PC systems, could play it. It was just as they obviously, you could tell they still had to make sacrifices to get the game out. Like they probably, what they had in their mind of what they wanted the game to be, they probably needed 2 more years.
Oh, easily.
But it's just like, listen, it's time to shit or get off the pot. Well, so you got to cut some stuff out.
I told people, I was like, you had the excuse and you were cashing in on that excuse, which you should have, which was COVID. They should have at least been like, hey, you know, we're going to delay this 1 more year. Yeah. You know, I promise you it will definitely be out. And then I would have started a different hype engine. I would have been like, hey, look at this cool shit. Look at this cool shit. We've optimized it.
I guess the problem is when you have investors and they start to get antsy and they're like, what's going on? And then you start to run into issues of like, it's only because over time. To get back, like, so this vision they had for the game over time was like, this is what we want. It needs next gen, you know, like they started, the idea came in, you know, PS3 or PS4 basic.
Oh yeah. You're right.
And then PS4 Pro came around.
Yep. And they're like, all right, let's upgrade to that.
Right.
And the problem is they're computer devs.
Or that's when they started.
They're PC devs. They make games for PC.
right.
originally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they made Witcher.
That was their first foray in the console.
Game. Okay.
And so I think they have a hard time understanding the insane limits you have on console. So when they relaunched it for PS4, it was almost unplayable.
Yeah, I feel so bad.
I feel bad for them because there's some people that really bought in to, okay, this game was made for this system, so let's get it.
I'll be kind of one of those people. Like, if you don't have at least a Pro or an Xbox One X by now, like,
you're dropping the ball.
Yeah, I do feel like that. Like, if you call yourself a gamer, like, unless you're a person who dusted off the old PS4 Pro, because you don't play anymore, and then you're all mad. Like, well, dude, then like it's a 7-year-old system.
Yeah,
like the game is fucking ridiculous looking, and just the vast amount of things going on the screen at one time. It's like, it's definitely truly a next gen game. And then you throw the ray tracing on there, which is just like reflections and shadows. It's just,
I think that they got, in certain ways, they really got shafted because so I remember 3 weeks after it came out, people were like, oh, well, look at the sales. It dropped off. I was like, it's a single player game. You're done with the story. You've played all versions of the story,
bro.
And
I got 210 hours into the game, and I'm not finished with my first playthrough yet, and I'm not even anywhere near like being like a completionist, as you'd say.
But you're taking it in, though. You're taking the world in. You're taking all that in.
Like there's a lot. I'm trying to figure out if some of these things are kind of randomly generated, but it appears like there's it's not. There's just a lot of these little like quick side act, like essentially like you're walking around and there's a crime going on, and you go boom, you go fucking shoot some people up, or like like you see the police need some help over there. So there's a lot of these like little side things going on that have nothing to do with the story. It's just like you get money for it, you get XP
hustle
for it. Yeah, exactly. So
they have so
but it's fun. It doesn't get old, at least for me.
To give people a point of reference, they kind of have like a reputation system in the game, and I'll give you an example of one of the things that was game breaking on PC for somebody I was watching stream the game. They were playing, and guys just walking down the street, and I don't know what he hit, but the hand just came out and started shooting everything. He's just like, oh my god, I can't stop shooting, and he just starts killing people left and right. And it was one of those bugs, and it sucks, but like you can fix a hot fix on the PC a lot easier than you can with PS4 or PS5.
Especially
even.
But there's things that, like, some of those things aren't bugs. It's just like the hardware.
Yeah.
Like, they have to take things away.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing my first bug when I got the game. Like, I didn't realize it. Like, I'm walking down this one street, and all of a sudden I just see like two of the same NPC sitting there. I'm like, oh, it's just twins. That's okay. That's kind of funny. And then like walking down, 14 other doubles. I'm like, okay, this is
a bug.
Gotcha. I could have like suspended my disbelief, whatever. I could have been like, oh no, it's fine. This is like they're twins. Like there's not 15 sets of twins in Night City.
Street.
Yeah, on the same fucking streets. It doesn't happen. Okay.
And for all the shit that I even still give The Last of Us, which is another game too, they gave the same shit too, in terms of like 6 weeks in, they're like, oh, look how quick the sales dropped off. I'm like, it's a single player game. You're going to get one, maybe two playthroughs out of it, and then you're done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they also mean like if it only sells like 20 million people, or 20 million copies or whatever the number is, it's like there's still X amount of more people. How come they're not buying it? So like, I guess they mean dropped off, like it's not buying as fast as it was, like initially. And because like the hype kind of dies down.
Well, and you look at like, you take the video game awards, for example, where Last of Us 2 won pretty much every game of the year, as long as it wasn't a like viewer choice or people's choice type thing.
Right.
And I think that speaks volumes. Digitally, Ghost of Tsushima outsold Last of Us 2, which baffled me. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, really?
Yeah. I mean, I think there was a lot of. I mean, was there any negative press about Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, some people were saying.
I remember I thought it went away. Like I thought they canceled it. Because I remember hearing about it like maybe a few years back, and all of a sudden they're like, "Nope, it's canceled." We're like,
I think the problem was that game, and there was a Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro.
Something
Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah. So a lot of people got those two games mixed up a lot. I mean, like how many samurai games come out in a year?
I'm not a fan of Sekiro. Yeah, I know.
It's like
it's just like how many Twister movies come out in a year.
Exactly.
Like all of a sudden we got fucking one, the week of 1,000 tornadoes.
Exactly.
And Twister and fucking what's the other one? There was one more tornado movie.
No, for a while there was they kept coming out with movies like two of the same movie every year, like
Armageddon and
Dante's
Deep Impact.
Peak.
Yeah,
Dante's Peak
and Volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like
same movie, different actors.
Yeah, it's like it's like one of the competing studios caught on. They're like, "Fuck, not on my watch. You're not making a volcano movie."
But do you think that happened, or do you think they were like, "Oh man, WB's already making a volcano movie"? He's like, but ours is already mid production. Fuck it. Let's just finish it. Let's
like. I also wonder too if it's like they had because it's kind of like such a generic type of like a
natural disaster movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like we had a few different ways to approach this script, and like here's like essentially it's two separate ones here.
Which one do you like?
Yeah, you could take this one.
And then they all ended at what was it?
Which
the
one?
Day After Tomorrow. Where like the blizzard, blizzard came in,
yeah.
destroys
New
York.
It starts to get over the top. Like, there's a double, quadruple hurricane coming this way. It's
like
gonna
a hurricane
fuck a
blizzard.
tornado. Yeah, you're like, oh man. Which one was it, Volcano or Dante's Peak, where you saw the compound fracture?
I think that was
I think it was Dante's Peak, right?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, what was it like the elbow or the dude? It was always so gnarly. I was like, yeah.
Oh god, and.
Do you like gore in your movies?
Depends. If it's a war movie, yeah. Because I like
a war movie.
Yeah, because
what about a horror movie?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But there's a difference between
but not a romantic comedy.
yeah, no. But there's a difference between like gore and like torture porn, though. Like Saw is torture porn.
Yeah, I mean, I think it evolved into torture. Like the first one, I think was like exactly.
I think that was pretty normal.
Yeah, they had a little more of a story. Then they're like, people just like the different ways we fuck these people up. Like we're sick fucks.
They get old celebrities. They're like, we can kill that guy. Fuck him. Like,
that's good. That's good, dude. I remember seeing the first Saw, and who's the main character there? Carrie
Elway. Well, is he a main character, or is he like the second? Because I think the other guy's the main character.
Oh yeah,
which that was the director.
But it's just like I really thought he did a horrible job. But I'm a big fan of Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That was his golden years.
So like I can't
or Hot Shots.
I can't separate him from that. So like just to see him act sad, it's just like
he was in like two more of the Saws, if I remember correctly.
I think that was it.
No, he was in another one because
he came back. Yeah, I thought. Remember? The whole end when he's cutting his arm off, and I could do it.
It was
just
his
like,
foot.
I was just like, I don't know. It just felt like I got douche chills.
I think in one of the Saws, he became like a helper of one of the killers. Because that's what they were like, oh, fuck, we killed Jigsaw off in part 3. We got 3 more of these to make. How are we going to do it? Yeah. And then they just started adding like Donnie Wahlberg was the killer for one.
Give him a stick for a foot now. And now he's on Saw's
Peg
side.
Leg.
Yeah.
Clack, 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 it's time to play a game. And dude, it's been a weird year for movies. Like,
it's been a weird year for everything, bro.
But like
everything's been put on a kind of pause. And
so I went to the movies to see Wonder Woman 84. I went to the theater, and that felt so good to just be in a theater watching a big budget movie, and it felt normal again.
Yeah,
everything felt good.
It's a odd thing to see Hollywood freak out and have a panic attack because in one hand they're like everybody needs to close businesses, and then they realize like people aren't going to movie theaters. That affects us, and they hate the idea of movies going right to on demand. It takes away everything, and I'm in agreement with that because I do like the idea of maybe going to the movies is going to be a thing of the past, but
I hope not.
Like there's a different experience there, especially with a good sound system, a big screen.
They need to bring back whatchamacallit, drive-ins.
I love those chocolate bars, by the way.
Are they still around?
Fuck yeah, they are.
They need to bring back drive-ins more, but I think they need to do it differently. So what they can do is instead of just you can use the car thing if you want. or we can go big, get like a concert set up.
I guess the problem is how are you going to prevent it from interfering with other movies?
Fuck them. Like maybe
fuck them. You're going to hear a little bleed from.
Well, you can pay for the old drive-in theater where you can just listen to your car, or you can go to the big boy drive-in.
I guess what I mean is like how far apart because at a drive-in there's going to be multiple movies going on. Yeah. So like if you have a sound system, you have to make sure that the next theater.
I think that this would have to be a more future-driven like drive-in.
Find a way to direct sound and not have it bleed outward.
Yeah,
but
not as much
kind of thing.
Yeah, it also you need to have it to where this is a new place that you're building a theater, so you can build the screen's far enough away.
Right.
Because, when you're at a concert, you only hear the stage you're at until the music stops. And then, come on, man.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's what the fuck?
Is this your first podcast ever, man?
It's my first time being back in studio for a while.
Yeah, right.
Someone else's studio.
I've been doing
first time being here, dude. I've been on your show like twice, and I'm actually here.
Yeah. And
nice place.
It's only getting better, man. It's only getting better. And, I don't think I've announced this to the people on this show, but we're officially launching a side podcast for this / Stuck at the same time. And we're branding it Stuck in the Movies, where we're watching movies. So, like, for
talking about movies,
like one of the movies I want to watch, unquestionably, is My Cousin Vinny.
Yes.
Because that's just such a good movie.
I was just like thinking here, it's an odd thing we do. Like we can think while other people are talking, but we can also give thoughts, but store that like I can portion my brain. Like I can still think right here while everything's going outside here. But I was like, we should do like a Mel Brooks collection kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that'd be great.
The possibilities are kind of endless because.
But I want to like, how do we make it so it's not like every other show that reviews movies? You know what I mean?
I think the difference is going to be that Eli and I have seen way more movies than you have.
Right. Well, I guess it depends on.
Yeah, I mean, because
I've seen it. I grew up on movies.
Oh, so did I. I'm not talking about just like movies like Back to the Future and stuff like that.
No.
I'm talking about like these like weird movies that are side movies that are stupid. There's gonna be a lot of movies that all of us haven't seen. Yeah,
it's like you guys definitely have like the superhero genre on lock. Yeah. But like if we're talking comedies,
like I want to show Eli PCU.
Yep, seen
it. John Favreau movie. Like I don't think Eli's
Jeremy Piven. Yep.
Eli hasn't seen it, but
balding Jeremy Piven, who now has fucking hair again.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, why are you balding in college, man? And the original Van Wilder.
And you have what's his name? David Spade's first movie.
Oh yeah, he was a little punk guy,
right? Little punk, squeaky, like frat kid.
Yeah.
But I mean, things like that. I think it'll be a lot of fun to do that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm Stuck in the Middle is great, but it's very overwhelming,
Yeah,
it's not like we're knee deep in politics, but it's just like it's overwhelming in the sense that like there's always someone who's not enjoying it. There's always someone and I feel like with politics that's going to happen more often.
People get drained more easily,
way more easily,
and the community you guys have. Gets a little contentious at times, so you're
because of what we're talking about.
Yeah, and when you're just like, all right, let me just see what's going on here. You're like, oh, they're still yelling.
Yeah, oh, they're still shouting.
God.
Stop shouting.
Yeah, you feel like a parent to a bunch of children sometimes.
Yeah. It just I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, that's me too sometimes.
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I need to have episodes like this because overall this show's pretty serious. And dealing with some really dark things.
Yeah, man.
But sometimes you just need to get away from the darkness. Just step away just a little bit.
And it's good for people who are in the darkness, who can't step away themselves. They hear something a little more light, a little more, with a little more levity.
Yeah.
It can lead to them getting out of darkness, not just always, But most of your stuff, bro, I don't think it's not really darkness. It's more like inspirational, going from point A to point B and making progress during that journey, like tremendous progress.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
It's not that dark.
No, but I mean, I have heard people being like, "Jesus, is everybody an addict?"
Yeah,
I'm just like, that's the reality of the
welcome
world,
to
man.
life. Yeah, everybody is an addict,
and
in some way or another.
I think some people just need to know that if they go to rehab, it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. I've talked to people that are like, rehab saved my life and things like that, and it's given me hope.
Yeah, there's definitely like a stigma around rehab, but there's a stigma around addiction, especially when it comes to drug addiction. But like some of the drug addictions deserve a stigma. Like if you're a crackhead, like
you fucked up way too many steps.
You deserve to be, looked at like, ew, like. But if you're like, if you got hooked on pills by the doctor, who's like, you
need these,
you trust him, you know what I mean? Like I remember, like when I first went through withdrawal, like I'm like, what the fuck? I just felt weird.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on, and I think I inadvertently maybe took one, and it went away, and I didn't realize it. And then you wake up and like I feel weird. You got the chills, and like you WebMD it, you Google it, and like signs of opioid dependence, and I'm like, fuck,
check. Well,
you're probably wondering how I got here.
A lot of doctors, actually, I've been listening to a lot of addiction specialists lately, and they all say the same thing. Especially for people like alcoholics, it's not the drinking that gets them addicted; it's the hangover. Because when they drink again, the hangover just you kick the can a little further down the road. And if you keep kicking that can, evenally
alcohol's a tough
drunk
one too. Alcohol's a tough just because it's like it's everywhere. It's
so
legal.
readily available.
Yeah, alcohol and food. Like those are toughies.
Well, that's always kind of been my argument about alcohol. Is just like, and when people are really ready to just legalize everything, I'm just like, we're seeing how that works out right now with alcohol. Like it's so readily available.
I just feel like all it's going to do is the people who are getting in trouble for it won't get in trouble. I don't think it's going to lead to this influx of people. No, I don't think I'm going to try crack now. Like I think same people who don't like crack are going to be like, well, it's legal now.
No, I don't think that.
Dad, stop smoking crack.
Come on, Dad.
My dad's a crackhead now.
That's the new issue.
Just good, just real good. Son.
Yeah, exactly. That's the new issue on the.
Dad, where's my bike? Sold it for crack, son.
I was gonna say that this is gonna be the next issue on the new episode of Roseanne, but she's not on the fucking show anymore. Yeah. The Connors.
Come on.
Like I didn't watch the new Roseanne just because, like, I was like, I get it before. I don't even have to watch. I know what it is.
And now I'm definitely not watching the Connors.
Definitely not watching it.
Yeah. Like at least with Roseanne there, like I wasn't gonna watch it. But now that she's not there, I'm definitely not gonna watch it. Yeah,
there's a chance that,
you ruined your chance of me just not watching it.
But so are you into like the whole streaming TV shows, like The Mandalorian and all these exclusive shows?
Yeah, I mean, I got into Ozark. I would consider one because that's Netflix.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I guess especially when it comes to TV, and I really do want to comment on like movies in general, just being like so like
rehashed,
recycled. Yeah, like there hasn't been any original content for a while.
There's been like if I looked up the list of all the movies that came out in the past 5 years,
I would even go as far as say like 10 to 15 years. Like
it's a reboot, it's a sequel, and to a certain extent.
When's the last time you saw a good comedy? A good comedy came out.
Oh God. In the theater, probably
2008, 9, 10, 11. You know what I mean?
Super Bad, maybe. Like
Super Bad is 2007.
Yeah, I'm gonna think it's Super Bad, and before that was Super Troopers, and it was really common. You got Euro Trip, like all those movies.
Bang, 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 Anchorman, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up.
And I think that's more of a product of the time of people not wanting to be offensive. But I think that pendulum's going to have to swing the other way. We're going to need a new, not a literal new version of Caddyshack, but like the Caddyshack of this generation.
Yeah, I think that, you like the whole pendulum thing. I think it will. Like we need that balance. That balance is very important.
Balance
like
is
just as when one president leaves and another president comes in, maybe one side held the power, now the other side does.
Yeah.
It pulls it back one way. You know what I mean? So like
we need to keep stretching the rubber band. Both.
I am so disappointed in comedy and comedians.
Like, well, it's funny.
A lot of them, not all of them.
So last night, Joe Rogan, or was it today? I don't remember.
Bro Rogan.
He posted a picture of a show that went on last night in Austin, Texas. Like Austin doesn't give a fuck. They're open. They're open as shit.
Right.
Like and this comedy show last night, and these are all people who've moved to Texas now. It's Ron White, Joe Rogan, Elon Musk.
He's doing stand-up?
I don't know. He was there. Dave Chappelle, Donnell Rawlings. Remember, what was the name of the girl that was at President Trump's dinner? Michelle Wolf. Yeah, and there's a picture. Like, dude, everybody who's moved there.
That's killer.
Yeah, because they've got this place to do comedy.
Yo, Joe Rogan looks a little pudgy there.
I mean, COVID.
Right, yeah, right?
But apparently what they do is they test every person with the instant test walking in.
And
good. Then fucking have at it, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
That's awesome, though. Like, man.
Dude, can you, do you have the ability to play anything?
Yeah, I can play whatever you want.
Dude, let me send you this. Because it's I'm so disappointed in comedy. It's fucking comedy.
It's funny. You guys don't know this, but he was handling his phone to send me whatever he's going to send me. And
I just gave up and dropped it.
He just gave up. He's like, I'm so disappointed in comedy as he drops it on the floor. That is the best thing ever.
Let's see. I'm sorry to hold this up here.
But no. It's cool. It's cool, man. Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know how you want to do it.
Well,
I'll send you this link. And it starts at 5250.
Okay, that's fine. I think there's just a lot of softness to comedy right now, but I'm starting to see a lot more comedians say, "Hey, screw you, I'm gonna make funny." Like, that's what I'm supposed to do right now, and I think that's a very important thing. To be honest with you, I think it's the comic's job to bite back.
It's the comic's job to show us that we can talk about things that aren't, a lot of the times people listen to more when you add humor to it, when you put, I'm not saying be the fucking hack comic who needs to insert a message into everything they do.
You said 5250?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this girl, Nina G, is a comedian, and this is
I feel like you put quotes around that.
This is Biden's inauguration thing, America United, but this is the comedian they chose.
All right, let's fast forward
for
to see
this.
Our next guest is actually a stand-up comedian,
so
as am I. So I am very excited to
introduce her. I've never heard of you, Christella.
Just remain seated. Please be a seated comedian.
Is a comedian that has something quite special in common.
It's a comedian with an issue.
They have both dealt with stuttering. Let's hear what Nina G has to say.
Brock, just hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage.
Oh my
Nina
God.
G.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
My name is Nina G, and I am the San Francisco Bay Area's only female stuttering stand-up comic.
Just try to get through and see if there's any material there.
Okay.
That's actually funny.
Kathy and Jerry. So I am so happy to be here and to be part of this. I'm filming this.
Hold on. It's she's giving me a stutter,
dude. I mean, listen. On your stammer, lady.
They have the sign language, and she's signing the stutters.
That is awesome. That is that's
the part I can't
that is the best joke of this whole thing. That whoever the sign language person is hysterical.
And for the past almost 20 years, I have lived in Oakland, California, where
like she pauses for a second,
or soon to be Vice President Harris
where's the comment
is from. And between
I feel like she's telling a story.
Between Oakland, I think I should be invited to pretty much everything. Like everything at the White House, I expect an invitation.
Brock, there's not comedy there. It's like, listen, it's not let's laugh. It's let's be like, look at this person own their disability. It's like,
but you know what though? It's
and I don't think stuttering is a fucking disability.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
also
talk to the
she's
kid
using
with flipper hands who needs to, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
There's a comic out there that almost won America's Got Talent who has a stutter. His name is Drew Lynch. And he is hysterical. And she's not. She's just not like
maybe I'm biased because like I grew up with a stutter. It was pretty close to being that bad.
Yeah.
But like it's just like I don't like stutter humor really. Like it, after the first one, okay.
like you make one or two jokes about it, and then you go
break
on to actual material.
Yeah. You make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you make the room comfortable because you point out the thing. Everyone's like too. So they take that right away. And,
God, I'm just hoping that guys like Rogan, like Ron White, like Dave Chappelle, I hope they hold out for another like 15, 20 years until things can swing back the other way. I think Rogan's for it, but I don't know about Ron White.
I think, not to be like a Rogan review, but Rogan was talking about Ron White was just ready to call it. He's like, I'm done, that's it, COVID. But like, he just did one of these shows with him. He's like, we're fucking back on, man. We're on fire again. Yeah, it's like, so I really hope that more comedians start to feel that because comedy really got me through. Just like it just always brings goodness to the world. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're open to laughing and you're not just being like a prick.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've been to a bunch of comedy shows where I don't know if you've ever heard of Anthony Jeselnik. But his comedy is usually pretty brutal, and people get so mad about it, and he's just like, dude, lighten up.
Like, what's funny is I was a big Greg Giraldo fan. Mm-hmm. And when Greg Giraldo died, one of the roasts billed him as the next Greg Giraldo. And as soon as they said that,
you tuned out.
I was like, I always said I'm not going to like this guy. And to this day, I don't like it. I'm trying to get over that because I know I don't know if I like his delivery.
Well, there's some of his jokes that
he's good.
God, I love. Like
I do like how like he is like he says offensive stuff. That I do.
Well,
like.
It's not even the offensive thing. It's just how calmly he says certain things. Like he was talking about Eric Clapton's kid.
Right.
And he was like, blah, blah, blah. And he spilled something on the floor. And we know how clumsy that little guy was.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Anthony.
Exactly.
Yes,
so in case you guys don't know, his Eric Clapton's kid fell off the railing of a building in New York City.
Like I think the nanny left the window open.
Yeah.
And it climbed up to the window.
And
it there's the one that happened with the grandfather and the daughter on the cruise ship?
No.
Where like, so the grandfather and the daughter's maybe like 3 or something, like just old enough to where I don't think she can like talk fully yet, but it's kind of like the little kid talk.
She's running around.
But like one of the big things they used to do is he would always pick her up. He would set her on the railing, like let's say it was a hockey game and she would lean on the glass. He would set her up on this. And
he Titanic'd her?
On the cruise ship.
Yeah.
There's footage of it. He picks her up and sets her on the railing, and there's no glass there. So she leans in, and gone. 12 stories down. I'm just like, what the fuck? And like, I can't
20 feet.
Imagine a grandfather.
That happened to like...
Yeah, and he had to plead, like, because, like, the family didn't want to press charges, but, like, I guess, like, the state or people were still going after him, and they're just like, we want it over with, and he pled guilty to it. Just like, can you imagine having to plead guilty to killing your granddaughter?
Jesus. And he's just doing a very grandfather thing.
Yeah.
Like, come take a look.
Oh, come here, Munchkin, you're little.
Yeah.
But like the weird part is just like the guy was like he had like a slip of the brain because like you see him kind of like he's over by the window like before, and he's like you kind of see him like leaning out past the glass, like looking over. So like he was just there, and then I guess instinct kicks into where let me like
put my kid up,
pick her up and let her look, and just like damn.
Wow,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, that's a total bummer.
I guess. Remember when we said we're not
going
to not going to get dark and stuff like that. Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
Boom. As the kid hit the ground.
One thing I should bring up because I did put it all over Facebook and whatnot is that my post that I put on Reddit went viral over the weekend.
Yeah, man.
But the thing that I wanted to point out on Facebook and all that was that. No matter what you do, there's always going to be people that are just mad at their life. So they try to come at you with their insecurity. So
always.
I got somebody in the inbox in Reddit who they literally created this profile just to send me this message. And
you should feel honored.
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do feel honored about that.
You should get a little commish from Reddit. Listen, this guy's here because of me.
Yeah, that's on me, man. Come on, let's get it out. But the first thing this guy says, or girl, I don't know, because the name is Snake Son.
Yeah.
Sounds
like a douche.
It's like, bitch, you're still both fat and ugly as shit. Now fuck off, you validation-seeking cunt. And I was just like,
wow.
That was at 17:30, and I was just like, okay. It took me a second.
You should have said it's like, good try, mom.
Nice try, Dad.
Really, nice try, Dad. Way to go, Grandpa.
And I literally just put, LOL, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
And they're like, so fucking needy with the facepalm emoji. And I was like,
who's needy? Trying to get validation by harassing somebody?
And you can tell. And it's funny because like all of our responses were kind of like hours apart from each other.
Right.
So we were like just missing each other. And he's like, I was like, it's not a dick. I was like, it's a post, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Don't take it so hard. Yeah, that was awesome. I was
like, it helps some people grow up.
Yeah.
And he's like, go be a needy, insecure, validation-seeking piece of trash somewhere else. Retard.
Dude, you just have people who are just, they don't like their life, they don't like where they're at, or they're jealous that you did something they want to do. Yeah. There's so many things that play there with people like that. My favorite
part of the whole thing, though, is like, maybe try to grow some hair, you old fuck. And I was like, you do understand my hair is very thick, right?
Yeah. Dude, I got a full, thick, luscious head of hair.
Well, grow some hair. You realize my hair is long and full, right?
Yeah. You're dumb.
Yeah. You're so dumb.
But dude, yeah, that's how you got to treat them though. Just like
they're dumb.
Yeah.
Because they essentially are.
You got to talk back in like fucking, weird words.
I mean, look, that stuff really doesn't bother me, but I feel like I needed to put it out there for some people that, maybe they're like, hey man, I got a job today. And then somebody is in your inbox like, fuck you, I don't have a job.
Yeah, fuck, you're not supposed to have one if I don't have one.
Yeah, now it just ruins
don't let people take your moment away.
Yeah, don't let people fuck your day up, man.
Yeah, no, fuck no. It's not. I mean, it's easier said than done.
Absolutely,
because there are many people who would get a message like that and not take it well.
Oh, I've seen, like I've had people in the comment sections like, I would kill that human being, and I was just like, why?
Yeah,
like
why
I'm not ruining
energy?
my day over their bullshit.
But also too, it depends on what mood you're in when you read something like that.
If I'm in a bad mood, all I do is I type out the whole response, read it. I'm like, yeah, I got him, and then I delete it.
Delete it, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're just looking for you to engage. Please engage with me.
Yeah, and when you engage with kindness, it gets them madder and madder, and especially when you said ugly.
It's like the reverse troll.
Yeah, I told him, I was just like, oh, dude, I want to post my picture everywhere now, just so you have to see it on every post you go to.
Yeah.
Like, and I looked at that person's history. That's where I found out they literally just created the profile, because on Reddit, it shows you the groups you're a part of. I would have posted it in every single group just to annoy that dude.
That'd have been, did you? That's something I would have done.
I would have 100% done if he would have used his real profile. I say he or she, but I'm pretty sure it was a he.
Right. I guarantee they probably have a separate profile too, or something.
Yeah, that's just like that, because they know if they would have used a regular profile, people would have probably jumped on that guy, and it would have the people would have pointed the finger at him like, "Hey, dude,
would you chill out? Maybe
you're 15 in your mother's basement, 500 pounds,
or you're like 45 in your mother's basement,
500
pounds. Yeah, 15 or 45, the best, still 500 pounds.
The best part though is that people on that post would say things like, "You weren't 500 pounds." I was like, dude, I made 500 pounds look really good. I get that, dude. 100%, I was 500 pounds.
I wore it well.
Yeah.
How much was your heaviest? 525?
525, to be exact. Yeah.
You wore it good. You wore it well. I don't think I knew you at 525.
I think I knew you in high fours.
Right.
High fours when we were doing TFP.
Right.
Which is,
I guess maybe I kind of saw you on shows.
Yeah, but I wasn't that big at that point. Like,
oh, no?
Because we stopped playing before we did TFP.
Yeah.
So I was nowhere near the biggest because I was burning calories up just from working out, or just from playing shows and
Right?
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because you sweat
Man.
your ass off at shows.
Fuck yeah, you do, man. That's one of the things I miss, and one of the things I've been having like this love hate thing with recently is like, dude, I got nice guitars and bass guitars. I don't pick them up, and it's just like I really want to. I want to write. I really do miss playing shows.
Yeah.
That's really like the biggest thing. I miss performing.
I think it would be worse right now if we were musicians in a group because we couldn't play shows.
Yeah, we have the luxury of not having any shows to play.
Yeah.
Ever, because we're not in a band.
Yeah, it would drive me nuts. It would drive me absolutely insane right now if I couldn't play. I would
mean,
have
the
to
band
stream.
I was in broke up because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd have to stream me playing like Metallica covers all day. Like I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I'm trying to refine the spark, or I'm trying to
Just sell everything they find.
right. No, essentially, like, is the passion still there? You know, like do those little tests. You know,
I think the passion's always going to be there. I mean, right behind me, I have 2 amps sitting there.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
and the guitar's on the other side.
but
Like,
it's just a different level of passion.
yeah, like I don't need
It's like
a Mesa full stack for this.
But I just don't want to feel complacent with like, okay, I know I'm never. I just like maybe there's some part of me that wants to be like the little kid rock star. Like, oh, I know,
Yeah.
you know, someday I'm still
Just
you know,
around the corner,
yeah.
man.
Not even around the corner. Just like I know it's not around the corner when you're not putting any work in it. You know what I mean? Like that's far away, buddy.
Yeah.
They're just gonna, hey, you look like you could be doing. Let's sign you.
Like I did the math like a year ago. I was just like, man, at the time I was like, man, I'm 30, 35, or yeah, 35, 34 going on 35. I'm like, we're doing good, man. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh, Metallica wrote the Black Album in their early 30s.
Yeah, when you start when you start to see like a lot of the people who broke into it, you know, like, you know, quarterbacks are 22 years old.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
I'm way past that.
Oh, man.
Even if I would have been an NFL All-Star, I'd be retired right now.
But that's why I have faith, because I look at like people like Lewis Black, who came into the game late.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, exactly. So there's hope.
Danny Glover.
They are the outliers, but there is hope depending on what you focus that energy on and try to do.
Speaking of focusing energy and all that, what are you? Do you do the New Year's resolution thing?
I'm not against it.
Do you have a list of goals you want to accomplish?
I wanted to try to do my best to be in more skits and things this year. I wanted to be more active on the acting side of things this year.
Yeah.
Very much so. So I'm doing what I can to try to do that, which is still kind of hard during COVID times.
Yeah. Very small groups and things like that.
Yeah. And a lot of my, one of my friends who does a lot of the skits lives in fucking Georgia. So it's not just like driving 20 minutes to go.
You got to drive all the way up
you
there.
got to drive there. You got to fly there. It's a big to-do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, fuck. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. And, it's kind of brutal because you're going to drive or fly all the way up there on the hope that this skit does really well. Like, especially with you going to do the Florida Man stuff. Like, I know that'll do well. Like, there's no doubt about it. Everybody I think
it should have its little small following of people who like enjoy it, you know what I mean? So, but it's got to get there. It's hard with COVID right now. Yeah. It's got to get fucking begun before it can even get done.
And Atlanta's big too. Atlanta's really big for filming now.
That's the new LA.
Yeah, it really is. Which is weird. That's a weird place for everybody just to pick.
Yeah,
it started with The Walking Dead, didn't it?
It is. It started a little before that, but yeah, they were the ones that really kind of, like they had that little sweet Georgia, watermark at the end of every episode, like, oh, filmed in Georgia.
And they started.
Florida used to be like that, but we don't give the movies tax breaks and stuff like that.
Well,
like
they
benefits
tried
to come here.
I remember
we took it away for them.
What was it, like 5-6 years ago? They were like, "We're gonna build the new major Hollywood studio here in Miami."
Yeah.
Wah,
yeah.
Wah.
Yeah, no, we just literally meant just the studio.
Yeah,
we don't know if people are going to come.
We meant apartments.
Yeah, studio, just for one,
for $10,000 a month, just like Hollywood.
Just one. That's it.
And it's sad, honestly. It really is. And right now you have a lot of movies that when we were kids are in licensing disputes. Like Friday the 13th, was it Hellraiser? Like all these old horror movies are in licensing disputes, so they can't make new ones.
That's another weird thing with buying things on some of these streaming services. Because what if the streaming service loses the license? Because like you don't, at least when you buy a DVD, you're buying the rights to watch it, but you can watch it whenever. You're still buying the same rights on the streaming service, but will the streaming service be there? Will they lose the license, for them to give out those rights for people to watch? So if they,
I've thought about that. Like, what happens?
You'll lose your money
tomorrow if Netflix shuts down. Does shows like Cobra Kai or things like that? Do they just go into the ether?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, where do you find them?
Yeah,
right.
Do they? That was an issue. So all my movies now are digital. My whole collection. Luckily, when UV, which was the first digital video library, was shutting down, they gave their rights to move all your movies to whatever platform you want. And I think that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah. You have to be able to switch it. Like, you have the rights, so I should have the right to watch it on
it's
my computer.
My product.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the most part, it's really not, because my friends gave me their digital codes.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't they're like, well, I don't need a digital library. Now they're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
But yeah, this year, man, this is going to be a unique year, I think, overall, because
what goals do you have?
The Academy, of course.
Right. That begins when?
It's got to take the test, man. Just got to take the test. And I just started seeing a chiropractor, so...
can you take it now at your weight? Is there a certain weight you need to get
No,
to?
you don't have to. As long as you can pass the test, you could be whatever weight, and you got.
Are you comfortable with it doing it now? Do you
I'm
have a
trying to
goal to be at?
Yeah. So you saw the monkey bars out there.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that both ways, like both there ways, and back, right. And then I'll be like, dude, I'm taking this test tomorrow.
I'm ready. Gotcha. Yeah.
And
that's hard.
Yeah, it is. And with the way the chiropractor thing has been going, it's been a little rough. I like from music, from my weight and everything, I banged my back up, and I didn't know that. Like, I knew that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no. So the chiropractor basically said, I was so big that my brain and the nerves kind of just shut down. They're like, all right, we don't need him to feel the pain that he should be feeling right now.
Right. They're just like, we're going to go ahead and turn that off.
Yeah. So when I went, I still don't feel any discomfort, but she's like,
that's a good thing.
She's like, you got bulging discs, you got 2 bone spurs, you're basically bone on bone in your neck. Fuck. And I'm just like, she's like, early osteoarthritis. And I'm just like, motherfucker, man.
Bitch, yeah.
Well, now I gotta be conscious of that and be careful.
Here it comes. Yeah, getting older.
When I walked in, before I walked in, let me correct myself. I made a folder on my phone that was a picture of me playing music and thrashing around.
Right.
Video. It was a picture of me with my blue belt in jiu-jitsu. It was a picture of me at my biggest, and a picture of me with all the weight loss.
Right.
And she's like, what is it that you come looking for? And I literally just go, I give her the picture. I go, just keep swiping. You'll see. And I was like, that's literally the reasons I'm here. I know it's jacked up and my posture's messed up.
Yeah. This is why.
What are we going to do about this?
Let's fix it. I'm in kind of your same boat. I'm trying to get my shoulder, my bicep fixed. I was supposed to have an MRI today, and I thought it was Thursday, and they called me like, hey, are you close? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, it's you're supposed to be here. I'm like, you never could. Like, oh no, we called yesterday. I'm like, did you? They're like, yeah, we called.
You just had to take their word for it.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't get a missed call. They're like, no, it's there. just check again. Just look through there. And then I'm like, fuck. So now I got to wait till next Monday to do it again. It's just like, I stopped going to the gym essentially the beginning of October, so it's almost been 4 months.
That's not good.
I did legs a few times. I still do kind of steady state cardio, but I can't go as hard as I want to because, god dang injury.
I hope one day you go back to jiu-jitsu too.
I just need to get fixed.
Yeah, you just need to get whatever stitched back together, whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
You definitely should go back there because, again, I've been trying to convince Eli to do it. And Eli's always like, no, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, for sure, I got you. Yeah. We'll start tomorrow.
Yeah, and it never starts.
It's, it's
hard. I understand it because, I had a big...
Sometimes during conversation, you're like a different person. Like, let's do that. And then, depending when the person catches you the next day to follow up on it, you're like, I don't know.
I felt bad too because I was drilling Eli pretty hard after he left here. Yeah. Calling him at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I know you were on him for a few.
Dude, let's go. And then I started hearing he's falling off. I'm like, dude, you can't fall off. Let's go. And then he just stops picking up my calls. Starts texting back. Yeah. I'm just like, come on, man.
You've tapped out.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That's it. Because he talked a big game. Like he really wanted change.
Yeah.
And he started going for it. And dude, you probably, as much as we all know, it's hard to commitment is hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's different now because I have a different mindset.
Well, yeah,
but
you still know that struggle.
Yeah, but in my stupid psychopathic mind, I'm just like, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
It's the best thing for you.
I know. I don't feel like I can't just sit down and play games if I haven't done anything that day. If I want to sit down and play games, and I love playing games, something about waking up and playing games right away. As little kid as that sounds, is probably something left over from being allowed to stay home from school that day and play games.
So it's like you watch The Price is Right because that's just what you've always done.
Right. But so I can't. I gotta go get my workout in before I can sit down and just relax. You know what I mean?
I've even eliminated. So what I used to do is, my alarm was always on my phone. And when my phone would go off in the morning, I'd be like, okay, I turn off my alarm. And I'd be like, but I could sit here and fuck around on my phone for a minute. Yeah. And then I look down, I'm like, holy shit, I've wasted 15 minutes. And I got to...
that, yeah.
So now I have an old school alarm clock in my room.
Right.
But attached to that is this little thing that vibrates hard. So I take it and I shove it under my mattress, between my mattress and box spring.
Right.
And while I'm sleeping, when my alarm...
Oh, damn. And what is that thing called? That's pretty cool.
It's called the Sonic Boom Alarm or something like that.
And you just hook it up to an alarm?
No, it's this specific alarm.
Oh, it's just something separate. It's something separate.
I have a... I had the box in here somewhere, but it is ungodly loud.
Dude,
It's got lights... And it's just wake up!
I don't have a problem. I'm a very light sleeper, I think, for the most part. So, I don't have a problem waking up. It's just I for instance, my dad doesn't need an alarm to wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Neither do I. I have a dog.
Yeah, not even just that, though. Just that's what his body's used to. I need to set an alarm to get up at a certain time. I can't just go to sleep okay, I know I'll wake up then.
So my, oh shit, no. Okay, so my alarm, I can't, it's not that it won't wake me up. It'll totally wake me up, but my alarm can't be nice. I have to wake up when, for me to really get up and go. My alarm on my phone is Jocko Willink going, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get up. 10, 9. And then when he gets to 1, he's like, get up, and then the alarm just ends.
Right.
That's too nice. That's me going 10. I'm just
I can drift back to sleep now.
Yeah. I feel it's a countdown to go back to sleep, not to wake up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what a doctor does when he
hypnosis.
You're doing anesthesia. Count backwards from 10.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an alarm called Rude Awakening. Walmart sold it, and Spencer's did, and it was as soon as the alarm goes off, there's an air horn. He's like, get your lazy, no good ass out of bed, you dumb. And just bunch of pots and pans clinging noises. It was the rudest thing ever.
Rudest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was almost bought this one alarm clock. It has a little rocket at the end, and then when it goes off, it's 10. It's laying down flat. It goes 10, 9, and it goes all the way to 1. and it's angled actually. And then once it hits 1, it launches the rocket across the room. It's a foam rocket with a plastic core, and to turn the alarm off, you got to pick up the rocket, put it back on, and lock it.
That is awesome. Where do you get that from?
You can get it on Amazon.
What's it called?
I'm sure if you type in rocket alarm,
alarm. I gotta write that down. I gotta write down rocket alarm.
There's a bunch of alarms I was looking at, like a gun alarm where the alarm goes off.
You shoot your neighbor,
and it's a laser that you have to shoot this target across your room to like.
Wow. Yo, that dude, some people just cannot wake up.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go jump in the pool, hold your breath for 15 seconds, wake back up, bake a cake.
Do 10 jumping jacks.
Yeah. Then you'll be good to go.
No, I just need something that goes, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, I can't.
Up and at 'em.
Yeah. If my dad.
I've been a night owl, so I've always been able to stay up fucking late.
Yeah.
And then waking up, you know, I can wake up naturally. Like, you know, now it's different, but back then I could wake up, 12.
Yeah.
You know, I would need to, because I wouldn't go to bed till like
11.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Just wake up in an hour. Like,
You took a deep nap.
Yeah, I was just taking naps. I wasn't really going to sleep.
Well, my routine now is, waking up at 4:30. Like, I'm always up before the alarm goes off. It's like one of those, I'm like,
good on you.
I open my eyes, it's like 4:29. I'm like,
oh boy. Yeah. That is definitely a shitty feeling, especially
really
if you wake up like
1 minute,
like 1 to 7 minutes before your alarm goes off.
Give me that time.
Yeah, dude, I'll wake up in a pissy mood if that happens. Like, motherfucker, goddamn, and then I'll wake up, I'll stub my toe. Like, it'll set. There's this weird thing that happens. Like, if it's just like everything,
sets a bad tone for the day.
Yeah, but like all this negativity attracts you, or you're projecting it somehow. Like,
I think it's a projection thing.
Like your body's like, guess what, buddy? You're gonna kick the end of that desk right there. It's like, oh, god damn it!
What do you mean I'm gonna kick? Pow!
Yeah.
Oh! And you've got Kimmy in the room, so you can't get too.
Yeah. Then she'll go, shut up! You shut up!
And then it becomes a domestic abuse thing.
I don't know why, but I just beat her. I don't know why, but one of my least favorite things to do is if something painful or frustrating just happened and somebody goes, what happened? It's like, I don't want to recall the thing that I'm just mad about. What don't you understand? What got you like the big, like playing games, and sometimes I'll get frustrated. Like, what's so frustrating about it? Like, would you just let me get frustrated? Don't ask why. And like, you're not going to understand. It's not going to
sound smart.
Yeah. Why are you playing something that makes you frustrated? Like, why do I date someone that makes me frustrated?
Like, especially with the video game thing, there's so many times, everybody's done this. You've died 9 times to this one monster, and you die the 10th time, and you just squeeze the controller so hard.
Dude, I swear I could break it, and like I'll push in the 2 sides.
And you feel it flex, and you're like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
$60 right there.
Yeah, because then you'll have a broken controller you won't be able to play.
Your anger will just elevate.
Yeah, then you'll just snap the disc, break the fucking console.
And when somebody's actually like, hey, why are you so angry? Like, if I explain it to you, you're going to hate my anger that much more right now.
And I'm going to hate myself even more because I've just had to now say out loud what I'm angry at. And in saying it, realize how stupid it sounds.
Because the fucking demon has a third attack. Who develops a third attack for this?
The stupid fucking running back keeps getting in my fucking way, and he keeps glitching.
How? How is this possible?
Yeah.
Then get simple games. Like the game came out a couple of years ago called Cuphead. All it was, it's like an old school game where it was just pattern recognition.
Is it good or no?
No, it's fantastic. But it's pattern recognition. The pattern never changes, but you keep fucking it up.
Okay.
And you're just like, how does the carrot shoot the fucking turnips at me? Like, you get so mad
the things you say, why is the bushel of Brussels sprouts floating up by the Cookie Monster?
Or like, when you get a game like, there's actually something I wanted to bring up about when we were talking about Cyberpunk and stuff like that. I think that a lot of people, when they review these games, they don't take in the fact that they're incomplete when they're released. I think that needs to be a new part of the grading criteria to push gaming companies to release more complete games.
Well, we just buy games. Like there's been that push to release a game every year, like a Ubisoft or a fucking like the Call of Duty franchise.
Look what happens when Ubisoft takes 4 or 5 years off and they release a game and then it's
dude. They took 2 years off. Like they've only like before it was like they'd made a game every year, especially with the stupid Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And then they decided to take 2 years off for Origins.
Yeah.
But they pumped out Origins and Odyssey pretty much at the same time.
Yeah.
They took another 2 years off and made Valhalla. It's like
good.
Could you imagine if like Ubisoft would take like 8 years or 7, like a Rockstar did with what they could get done in 2 years?
So somebody pointed this out.
I love Rockstar.
Somebody pointed this out to me. Rockstar in the PS2 era had 3 Grand Theft Auto games. 3. We've had one for 3 generations of video game systems now.
Now it's opposite. Yeah, I mean, because they just consolidated their studios. Like now, before it was Rockstar North, Rockstar San Diego. Now it's Rockstar Games. So now all these studios work on different aspects of one games, which I don't know, dude. Like to this day.
Well, then you get things like Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of my favorite games ever. The story, fucking the detail in how people interact. Like
nobody remembers Red Dead Revolver, like the game it all came. So Red Dead Revolver was very linear.
Oh yeah, it was.
And Red Dead Revolver, I've never loved and hated a game so much at the same time. Because me and my buddy, we would be in my room playing.
I always got that and Gun confused.
Oh yeah, because they came out pretty
close. I think Gun was a first person though.
Yeah. And so I remember playing it. We're 7 hours in. Oh, we kill this guy. I was like, oh man, where's this game going? It's like credits. I was like, what?
Yeah,
excuse me.
It's over now.
7 hours for a Rockstar game. I was like, I had to check, make sure.
Well, even then though, that was older. That's like
Yeah, but I mean, Grand Theft Auto Vice City was like 30 hours, and that was a PS2 game.
So Red Dead Revolver was around that era.
Red Dead Revolver was either the end of PS2 or the beginning of PS3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, I love Rockstar.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my keyboard, all these colors that are on there, H is for horse, V is for inventory. Like these are all mapped out for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, everything with a different color is mapped out for Red Dead.
You like Red Dead?
Oh, I love it. It's so fun. The world is just.
Do you play online or do you play?
No, just the story, just to ride around.
Good, because that's really all I do too. Like the scenery's fucking breathtaking. Yeah. Like the attention to detail is what keeps me coming back. Like I would always kill somebody and then I'd ride away. And I come back and the body's gone. I'm like, man, they fucking glitch out. This sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking watch it glitch. So I'd kill somebody. I'd leave them in the middle of the road. I'd go run away. I'd take out my binoculars.
Watch.
Lo and behold, out comes the sheriff with his wagon cart, loads the dead body up on the sheriff. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
This whole time I thought it was a glitch.
Yeah, I thought it was just like, it just kind of,
disappears.
Yeah, like exactly, like disappears. But no, now if you kill the same person, but put him in the grass, they'll decompose. The sheriff won't come because they don't see him out in the middle of the...
that.
Yeah, man.
That I didn't know. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing. Like, you get a company like Rockstar, who they make these games, and they put such like minute level details.
I'm concerned for GTA 6, though.
Dude, that's gonna be unbelievable.
I hope it is, because a lot of the head honchos that made these GTA games great over the years are gone. Yeah. Dude, Leslie Benzies, fucking but Dan, fucking what's his name?
I think
main dude
I
there,
still
Hauser.
think it's going to be amazing because this game's been worked on for a long time. They just haven't been talking about it.
They knew it was going to be it's going to be a decade game. Like they didn't know making GTA 5 it was going to last a decade. Yeah. They didn't know that.
Now they're knowing we could milk this thing for 10 years.
But like I'm concerned it is going to be what Bloomberg and Jason Schreier said about it's going to be a small game, small relative to what Rockstar makes, still pretty big, but it's going to be a small
and mainly online.
And it's going to grow as the ends. It's just like the problem is with that, it's like they've said for GTA 5 there is going to be DLC. Red
annoyed
Dead
me
2.
that
They're
they
going to be single player DLC. So like, I almost don't trust them. I almost feel like it'll be small, and that's where they'll leave the story. And then what's going to grow is online mode. And like, it's like, damn it, man, just pay a little. Like, dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 is like a 50-hour story.
Like, I don't care about GTA Online at all.
I don't, dude.
The only time I pay attention to GTA Online is the role play servers, and it's because the people make it fantastic,
right?
But I just don't care. Like, I went online once for GTA 5. Like, as soon as I walked out of the room, drive by dead, I was like, dude, I'm done.
I did, and I still do get a decent amount of enjoyment out of Red Dead Online. For the longest time, I was totally against it, but I started
there's
playing
some role players on there that are insane.
Oh yeah, that one whole faction of fucking douchebags. Yeah.
Well, no, there's people that
you saw, like they have this like there was a documentary on it.
Oh, really?
And some guy went in and like it's this whole big group. I forgot, like the Rippers or something like that. And it's a whole big group of them, and like they have like initiation ceremonies. Like there's like guards who guard the house while the ceremonies are going on and stuff like that.
Oh, I mean, those are typical role players there.
Like the guy got kicked off because he was on his phone while he was supposed to be guarding, and he admitted he was like on his phone doing something else. And
that's
kicked him
too
out of the group.
serious. That's
like,
way
what the
too
fuck,
serious.
Guys, calm down.
No. Like, they have like the guys that make their own storylines. They have rules.
I've never
in these
tried
servers.
that.
It's cool if you get the right thing. Like, there's some guys that in Red Dead Online role play that they're the fishermen for the city. They'll go out and get the fish and sell the fish to regular people that are on the server, and it's just they always make a.
Does it look like
accent.
a regular GTA mission? Like, go here and get the fish. Like,
no, they choose to go fish, and then they choose to sell it to players.
Oh, okay. So but what do the players do with the fish?
Or like spare skins or things like that, like crafting. They can so that they can craft. Like, they become
They
the
kind of
default
live
shops.
in the world doing that. Like, kind of like
that's what they do. Like, and they'll have people that are just bounty hunters, and you get to basically choose what you want to do. You want to be a serial killer, you can be a serial killer.
You know what's also crazy too is the last GTA we got was on 3 consoles ago.
Yeah.
Imagine what it's going to look like with next gen capability.
So the funny thing about Grand Theft Auto 5 is when that came out, I remember that I got it at midnight, and I came back here and was playing it. And every year I get a post that reminds me of me when I reposted that video. It was the part. Did you played all of Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Oh yeah.
When Michael jumps out of the plane, or no, he's high on mushrooms or acid, and I was watching, I was laughing my ass off, and so I just started recording. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done in a video game.
I really hope they kind of go a little more dark, kind of how Red Dead was, because like I like the silliness of it. I guess GTA kind of has to stay silly because of kind of what you're allowed to do in the game. You know what I mean? Like, so they kind of got to keep it.
There's
like
a GTA meme going around right now.
I bet.
Like there's a Franklin. Was that his name?
Yeah,
Franklin, and that his boy like just shitting on each other.
Lamar.
Yeah, when there's that one part, he's like, and you think you're gonna get away with that ass haircut over there,
Yeah.
and like. When that post went viral, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, you got to get rid of that fucking yee ass haircut."
Is that the one, like someone made like a live action? I think
that
the
was
two
them.
actors.
Yeah, the two actors wearing the
yeah.
same thing at the house. The house was modeled after.
That's fucking crazy. Good idea. Like, they should do more of that.
I want to see. I want to see that at because allegedly the next Grand Theft Auto is in Miami. In Vice
it's going
City.
to take a place like across seas too. Like you might be able
in
to
Colombia,
move.
I think they
Yeah,
say.
like I think it's going to be like a made up kind of like, kind of how like Guarma was.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something like that. I do think Rockstar is known to test out things in the Red Dead Redemption 1 tested out kind of like the whole wilderness animals things, and they implemented that better into GTA 5. Right.
Way better.
Right. So like a lot of the things in Red Dead Redemption 2, like, as you know,
they're going to figure out a modern way to do all this.
They're
going to
implement. Yeah, they're like, they had some test things they were doing in that game.
I mean, and then in Red Dead 2, they took the animal hunting to a completely new level.
God, it's ridiculous.
Like,
you could just sit there and do that all day.
Like, you see him cutting the skin
the
off
whole
a bear.
the whole animation. Like, that game is chock full of animations for Arthur.
Yeah, it's baffling that they again
and Joan,
but that game didn't come out broken.
No, but that game was pretty. People were shitting on it on the base consoles because like going to Saint Denis, it would just drop to like 15 frames.
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah, I only played it.
it's
on
a demanding
PC.
game. Exactly. You
Yeah,
know,
I
like,
only played it on PC, so I don't know.
I played it on Xbox One X, and that was like one of the best ones for Red Dead Redemption 2. It just like ran it in true 4K stuff like that.
Oh,
But
really?
I was so concerned that they weren't going to make it for PC, but because they made GTA 5 for PC, I had my like I was like
You
my
almost
hopes
have
were
to
high.
at this point.
Yeah.
Like they're even.
But I
rumors-
think they're gonna like they should release GTA 6 at the same time. But I feel like they're gonna wait. Like
no,
they
I think Sony paid $10.5 million to get a year of exclusivity.
It won't be like that. I promise you.
Uh
I promise you. There's gonna be no chance in hell a Rockstar game.
you know why?
They may have an exclusive feature like Call of Duty does, but you're
Well,
not going to have one game.
You know
what I
why
mean?
they did that? So when
And I don't know if that's
when
are you sure that's
Microsoft was
true?
out
'Cause
there,
I didn't.
when Microsoft
I'm
was
pretty
out there
plugged in.
buying Bungie and all that,
Right.
or they were buying not Bungie but Bethesda,
Right.
So that was their big play. The whole time, what Sony did is they navigated themselves to buy exclusives or timed exclusives.
Right.
That was their big thing. So Final Fantasy VII is going to come out on Xbox, but not for another 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
and
I
PC.
think like that's where Sony kind of falls a little short. I think they should do a lot more games on PC. They should really get over that. Which
They
they
will.
are. Like
They will.
I think they're realizing like there's a market there that they're not.
Well, yeah, because I mean, look, what's their name? Ubisoft now. All the Assassin's Creed games are.
I mean, they do it like they have PS Now, but they don't do new games. Like,
Yeah.
they just finally released Horizon Zero Dawn for PC.
Like
That's-
The Last of Us 1 and 2 should have been on PC because it would have looked insane.
yeah, but not just that. There's people who just play PC.
Yeah.
Like, it's a wider audience.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like taking sales away from PlayStation. Like,
No, trust me, they're doing all right.
yeah,
But the thing you were saying about just being in the world of Red Dead, that's what it is with me with that game also. But Ghost of Tsushima, just being in that world is amazing.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The attention to detail that's why I've put so much hours into the game. Just being in Night City, all the different districts and just
Yeah.
the different vibes, back alleys, just amazing. They did a great job.
I think that's a key component to any big game. Honestly,
Atmosphere
is
and
the
detail.
world.
Yeah,
If you can
especially
make, if you can
games
make
like
me,
that.
if you can make me believe the world, I'll go with you anywhere. Like
You can follow. I hate to bring up Red Dead so much, but it's like to me, it's
Yeah.
like the pinnacle of like
game making,
a
right
perfect game. Yeah, like you can. NPCs aren't. Here's where Cyberpunk to me fell short. But granted, they have like 8 million NPCs. Like,
Yeah.
so like the NPCs kind of appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean?
There's
Like,
no real reason.
like they kind of pop in. Like I don't think all of them have like a daily activity like Red Dead Redemption 2.
The
Like,
butcher's gonna do butcher shit. Like,
and not just that, but like you can go watch the guys who are like bringing hay. Then at 5 p.m. they clock out of work. They go to the bar. They drink, for
you
a
can watch
few
somebody's
hours.
whole day.
Then they go home and sleep. Yeah, like dude, like that, like there's things going on while you're doing like other things. Like even
Yeah.
if you're not there, like that shit's awesome.
Speaking of being creepy and watching, did you see that the Night Stalker?
I
documentary?
didn't, but I want to see it so bad because I hear it's
Man.
kind of. I hear
I
like
want them to do so many more killers.
Well, I hear like they're doing it good because it's kind of taking the angle of the cop, and they're not really blasting Richard Ramirez out. They're kind of slowly building
How they
to
caught
it.
him, the manhunt, the whole thing. For him.
But they kind of take you kind of how their perspective was from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not like like, and they're not like romanticizing
No,
him either.
no,
like
no, no,
fucking Zac Efron as Ted Bundy. Like Jesus.
Wait, did you ever see a picture of those two next to each other though?
Who?
A picture of Ted Bundy and Zac
Yeah,
Efron.
yeah. They look
Yo, that was creepy.
right, but you know what you know.
Yeah, but that's I
It's-
remember a lot of people going.
They're making him look hot. Like I know Ted Bundy was a good-looking man, but listen, he wasn't. He's not Zac
No,
Efron.
no, no, no,
good-looking.
no, no. I'm not even talking about Zac Efron dressed like Ted Bundy and being Ted Bundy. I'm talking about just every day before he was casted. So when you look at that, you're like, everybody's always like, oh man, how could anybody be attracted to Ted Bundy? But then you look at Zac Efron, who has a lot of the same features, and you're like, look, a lot of girls like Zac Efron,
Right.
And,
I mean, a lot of girls like Ted Bundy.
yeah. I mean, a lot of girls like Richard
I
Ramirez.
wish I looked like Ted Bundy.
And no, you've got the Tom Hanks from Castaway thing
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Wilson. Yeah, I know.
That'll be soon. We'll be launching that fucking stuff soon, man. I can't wait. As soon again, guys,
Any idea what the first one could be?
the first episode, it's got to be something light.
Yeah,
It's got to be something completely light. We'll figure something easy out. We'll see what.
got to be. I don't know, comedy, horror. You know.
Yeah, it could be comedy, like old school comedy,
Right.
like
exactly.
a Caddyshack,
like a Caddyshack, an
Animal
airplane.
House, Airplane. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what movies I think are greatly underappreciated? Naked Gun.
Dude, my favorite types of movies, like Airplane, Naked Gun. Yeah, dude, all great. I love me some Leslie Nielsen.
It's just how ridiculous it is. They won't do that now.
There's no slapstick like that.
I picked the
scary
wrong day to
movies
stop huffing glue.
Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue, and like he picked the wrong. Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit drinking, stop smoking cigarettes. You know, like when the shit hits the fan, and it's a video of shit hitting the fan.
Yeah, they
that's
do
fucking fantastic.
What was the guy? This thing is getting blah blah blah, and then just this random guy jumps into the frame, literally hops in the frame. He's like, and Steve is getting larger, and like shakes his stomach.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
They're afraid to be dumb. Like even Leslie, have you seen Leslie Nielsen's gravestone?
Oh yeah. It says sit. It says sit down and take a.
It says take a seat.
It's down here.
But it also says
We
let
took a
her
picture
rip.
there. Let her rip. Yeah, probably. I forgot. I just remember like
R.I.P. bro.
I just remember the bench. Like he has a bench
Is
there.
that here?
It says,
Is he
yeah,
from-
it's here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
like,
that.
We filmed like the skit that we filmed with other Eli, where I played Alfred, like a horrible Alfred.
Oh yeah.
That cemetery is where Leslie Nielsen was buried.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
we,
kind of cool.
we all took a picture on his
I didn't
little.
know that. Oh.
But he's got a bench. He's like,
He
take a
does,
seat.
yeah. Take a seat. Let her rip.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. Like it's fucking badass.
Is that down here, like in the area down here, or is it just down in Florida?
Yeah, it's down in South Florida. Yeah, it's
I
not
have
far
to
away.
check that
Yeah,
out.
man, it's not.
I have to, because that was one of the funniest humans. Underappreciated, I'd say.
It's like in like the Oakland Park.
Really?
I think it's somewhere like
Like
that.
the Wilton Manor
I think it's like
type
Fort
area?
Lauderdale, Oakland Park area, somewhere around there.
I
Yeah.
would have never guessed that. in a
Yeah, I
million
didn't know
years.
either. I had no idea.
Holy shit! But yeah, that would be a fantastic the Naked Gun. It just with O.J. Simpson and stuff like that. in it.
I would love for you guys to watch First Time Felon.
Yeah,
like
I've never seen it.
I saw this movie when I was like maybe in like middle school. Like I was at my friend's house and like we would always stay up late. And this is probably even before we started smoking. You know what I mean? Like, but I stayed in his room and there was a TV in like his spare room there. And I just remember this movie came on at HBO with Omar Epps called First Time Felon.
Epps.
I think it would be a really interesting movie to watch.
Dude, I'm down for all of that. I think that I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just watching some of the dumb shit, like stupid movies, bad movies, good movies.
Now, every episode, are we going to watch the movie or are we just going to be talking about it? Are we going to
We
watch
do.
it while we
We'll
do
pick,
it? Or?
We'll pick certain things. Like
We should definitely stream some too.
yeah, we'll definitely do that. But we'll pick, like sometimes we'll be like, hey man, let's just I want to see Eli's reaction to this movie, or
Right.
or but sometimes we'll just do it and come in. Like we can talk about even shows like the Night Stalker stuff and
Right.
things like that. Like one of the interesting things you'll see about the Night Stalker is this one very young detective. His first day on the job was the Night Stalker,
Didn't they?
which is insane. Imagine your first day of detectives like, well, here's the most important thing in the country.
And like there's this one scene like where like they like the fucking dentist like was pushing the button or something like that, and the cops didn't come, and they took the two detectives off the case, and if they only hadn't done that, they would have prevented a shitload of murders.
No, so okay, one of the big caveats, the person who screwed the whole investigation up big time was now she's a senator or representative, Dianne Feinstein.
Really?
She was the mayor of Los Angeles, and everything that they had that was tying the same guy to all these murders was these shoes.
Now, the
just
shoe
a pair
print,
of shoes, huh?
Now, the craziest thing about these shoes, and dude, they got so lucky with these shoes. This company called Aviva or Avias or something like that. Only one pair of these shoes were in the local area in Los Angeles, and they had just come out like a month before. Only one of them was sent to Los Angeles, and one of them was bought in Los Angeles. That was it.
Just by fucking shoes.
Just by one shoe. And then Dianne Feinstein on the news, and the detectives knew that the killer was watching the news.
Right.
So what Dianne Feinstein goes on, she's like, and we're looking for anybody with the Avia shoes because they've been at every crime scene.
Oh, no.
And the
Did
detectives
she really
are like,
just... Shut up!
Shut the fuck up! Like, yeah, live on TV. And so from that point on, Richard Ramirez said he walked to the a bridge in San Francisco, not the Golden Gate,
chucked those shoes
and just
out.
chucked them straight into the water. He's just like, fuck this.
You told me you're looking for these shoes.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know. Did you see what happened in Philadelphia where the young kid was walking his dog?
No.
And like he, because you're not supposed to be intimidated by anybody who doesn't look like you.
Yeah.
He keeps on the same side of the street, and these two dudes come up to him, and they go to rob him, and they just shoot him in the chest after they robbed him. Yeah, and they're running away. But in the video, that kind of recaps everything and kind of says, "Look out!" Like they zoom in on his shoes, and I forget what they said, but they're like, on the lookout for this types of shoes. It's just like, what do you?
Don't give us.
What are you doing?
The public's not supposed to have that information.
Yeah, you're supposed to catch him. Supposed to.
And that's what Feinstein did. She gave the killer she's like, so we think he has this and this car at this time.
Yeah, you got to let him say, "Oh, I really like my Avia shoes."
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah,
pair of shoes?
What did you say? Say them again.
I said Adidas. Adidas.
He couldn't afford them. He couldn't afford Avias or Adidas.
He's got a pair of Kirkland's.
Yeah, exactly.
Costco's
Kirkland
finest.
signatures.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can't trust. Like, I remember people. You'd go to like company picnics and things like that. Somebody'd always bring like a snack tin that just said Kirkland signature on top. I was like, I don't know. They make golf balls.
They make golf balls. They make T-shirts. They make water.
Like,
dude, who is Kirkland?
You can only do one thing.
And what does their factory look like? How are you making all these?
Do you
things?
have a bunch of different factories?
Yeah. Where it like the kicker is going to be like, where is Kirkland? And they're going to say it's in Kirkland. Like, fuck, Kirkland's made its own fucking city, dude.
Oh, something.
Hello, my name is Mr. Kirkland.
So I watched the movie Requiem for a Dream once.
Yeah, I've seen it once. Like,
once.
Is Requiem for the Dream where the mom takes all like the
yeah. So again, not really like it was one of those things. Like I knew I've seen it, but watching the review, somebody was like, "Yeah, it starred Jennifer Connelly, Marlon or Shawn Wayans." I was like, "Really?" And then it's like, and Jared Leto. I was like, "Fucking really?"
Yeah, Jared Leto.
My brain just didn't.
I definitely remember Marlon Wayans. I was surprised to see Marlon Wayans.
Yeah,
there.
and all
he did
three
good.
of them killed it. Like,
yeah, they did really good.
And that's the type of moments I want to have. Like,
yeah,
I always get jealous. Like, I'll go on YouTube and watch a reaction to us, like somebody reacting for the first time to Metallica, for example. I'm just like, God, what was it like to hear that song for the first time again?
One of those videos like that, that kid reacting to Freebird.
Oh, really?
And he just like, it's
he loses his mind.
And like, it's a dude who definitely likes rap music, stuff like that. So, I don't know what you're thinking when you look at it, but it's like, oh, you're not supposed to like this kind of music.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a weird thing.
And like, he's just sitting there. He's just like, wow. And you know how like the whole crazy end, and he's just sitting there like,
what the fuck?
And then it ends, and he's just like, he puts his headphones down. He's just like,
think for a second.
And he just leaves the room. And that's how it ends. He's just mind blown, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching videos of people watching the music video, and never hearing the song before, and I'm just like, God, what was that like for me? Like, I would do anything to just erase my mind of all the music I love and just
refined it.
Yeah, I know. Like going back, I definitely don't get that feeling with music nowadays, and I don't know if that's an age thing, like where we're hitting that age where we don't like new stuff.
Trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn it down.
You just hear, but like I don't have that and usually when I do have it, it's from a band who's I've liked for a long time, and they have a new album out.
Exactly, like that's a Seven
Metallica,
Dust album.
Yeah, Seven Dust, exactly.
And I think
used to be Bad Wolves, but not no more. That Vex is gone.
Oh, really? They have
cancel culture. Got him, man.
Man, it happens, man. It happens. I've seen it happen with comics lately.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, he kind of deserved it, but Chris D'Elia got taken. Like, Zack Snyder doesn't take anybody out of his movies.
Yeah.
But he totally, like, the movie was done, shot.
Who did he take out?
He took Chris D'Elia out.
Of what movie?
Of Army of the Dead.
No way. Like, digitally?
No. Just reshot everything.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, reshot everything. All of his scenes with Tig Notaro, the other comic.
What, was he going to play a pedophile?
Which is funny. Every time he was ever in anything, he always played some creepy, rapey dude.
Yeah. Sometimes comedy's not far off from the truth, man. Like.
Did you ever see the video of Chris D'Elia realizing that you can screenshot?
You could do what?
Yeah, he's just staring.
I can't tell if that's real or not. Like, is he putting it on a little bit?
No, because you can tell, like, his brain
that's so obvious,
panicking.
Though. Yeah, I know, but damn, dude, like, you can't hide that a little bit better?
I think he just realized at that point he knew it was only a matter of time.
And you're probably wondering how I got here.
That's exactly what it is. It's like the beginning of Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
those
are two movies I got to see.
You haven't seen Deadpool yet?
Nope.
Oh my god! I think that might be where we start.
That's what I'm saying. Superhero movies,
there's something I can understand why people don't see them, but like
I loved Logan.
Logan was fantastic.
That's one of my favorites.
Took it super seriously, which is hard to do in Logan's abilities. You gotta watch it. You've got to watch a Deadpool. It's just one of those movies you're just laughing. It's the close. That is the.
It's
comedy.
not hack funny though.
No, it is. That's the last comedy I could not stop laughing at.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
like
I have to give
joke
it a shot. I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Do
you like Van? Did you like Van Wilder?
Of course.
It's literally that humor.
It's the same kind of
it's
snarkiness.
The same humor,
right? Nice.
Through the whole thing. But imagine
write that down.
Imagine a Ryan Reynolds character that can't die. So he can be that much more of an asshole.
Right, he can just continue being an asshole.
Yeah,
okay.
With no repercussions.
I can dig that.
Then that's exactly what that movie is. What's the name of the movie? Van Wilder was based on
PCU.
No, Bert Kreischer, the comedian.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
It really is. Like
Kreischer just hung out at college for a little too long.
He just didn't graduate for 8 years.
When do you think they make the Machine movie?
I from what I know, he was shooting it, or not shooting, but they were getting it together.
Really?
Because you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I know.
And it's gotta be ridiculous.
And they're gonna, embellish. Like, you gotta embellish. He's gonna rush a mafia. They're gonna go do some crime.
They're gonna kill a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hilarity ensues.
Yeah, exactly. With the gangsters Igor and Sasha.
Yeah.
Igor and Igor.
Look at us. We are in trouble now. We must do better.
Oh God. I am really excited for that. And as soon as I get the artwork back, man, it'll be released on all of our platforms together.
Hell yeah.
And it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it.
Pump that shit up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to another outlet. I like doing podcasts. I appreciate you letting me come on this and do this. Like, I like doing stuff like this. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Scratches the itch.
Yeah, definitely. Tell everybody where you can be fucking found and all that shit.
Well, as far as Stuck in the Middle, just Facebook that. That's where we do our live shows at. So you can follow us on there. You can go to the YouTube, youtube.com/stuckinthemiddle, where usually we're a little behind, but all of our live shows do get uploaded there. All the audio versions do get uploaded there. So yeah, and as Brock was saying, keep a lookout for Stuck in the Movies. And Stuck in the Middle of, we're going to do Religion next. So.
Yes, and they do live.
Do. You said do.
Yeah, I did. They do live, so catch it. And it is on the podcast, but it's so much better to interact live because you can interact back and forth with
There's
the
a
audience.
different vibe there. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
a different
there is.
vibe live, and it's just fun.
It's
just good.
fun.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, so guys, that's it for this week. And do me a
yes,
favor,
man.
just thank you, Josh. Thank you
No,
so much.
thank
for coming
you.
in.
I'm glad to be
Thank you.
in
Yes.
the fucking studio finally. Hey.
But yeah, guys, check me out on Instagram at Brock with a strong name and at the Broadcast on Instagram. It's the best place to get a hold of me. I'll always talk back to you guys.
Strong name.
See you guys next week.
Later.
Bye.